Hey YouTube, it's Tara. So I haven't made a video in ages. I've been so busy. It's now the 4th of May, so the girls are 1 month old today. It was 4 weeks. It's now Friday, so it was 4 weeks ago on Wednesday. They've changed so much. They're so much softer now. You can kind of see that this one is still sitting a little higher than this one. It is the bigger implant. It's my right arm, so I guess I'm using it more often. But it's not overly noticeable. I guess it's just more noticeable to me. They've dropped a fair bit. I guess they've fluffed out a bit. They're really pliable now. And I guess you almost don't notice when it happens because you're so, I guess they're there all the time that, 1 minute they just kind of don't really, they just feel really solid, and then the next minute they just move around a lot. So I've been pretty bad with my exercises, not doing them for an hour and a half every day. I don't think I've ever done it for an hour and a half since it started, which is probably really terrible, but I don't know. I just can't find an hour and a half. I try to do it for an hour, so I'll go have a shower and then I'll lay down on the lounge and I'll get my bio oil out. I just find the bio oil, besides keeping the skin subtle and that to compensate for the stretching, but just helps you to massage, obviously, because it's oil, so it moves your hands around them more smoothly. And I try to do that like watching a show that goes for an hour, so I know that I've been doing it for an hour. So he said, 30 seconds for each position. I'll hold it for a couple of minutes. But they seem to be fine. So I am doing some, but I definitely am not doing an hour and a half every day. What else? Something that's happened, my nipples have peeled about twice. I guess somebody asked me if they'd gotten bigger, and I didn't really think that they had too much, but I guess they have been stretching, and that's what's caused the skin to peel. So I've just had to put a bit more of the oil on, like, kind of put it on thick and then just let it sit for a bit. I haven't bought any new bra since I got back, so the red one that I had on in my last video, and I bought another one. The other one's got like these seams in it that I find are a bit like they're a bit uncomfortable at the moment, I think, because they're still a bit sensitive. Pain wise, you get the occasional nothing major. I still have a bit of sensitivity, so the actual incision itself, there's nothing, but on the underside, so kind of between my incision and my nipple, has been a bit tender. I don't know if that's just the skin and the muscle and everything, with the weight of the implant, because I guess it's the bottom, like there, I don't feel it anywhere else, just underneath here kind of thing, so I'm not really sure what that is. I bought some underwire sports bras before I went, and I showed them in one of my earlier videos. I'm finding it really amusing at the moment because they literally, where you used to put your underwire on and it just lifted them up, now it just kind of sits around it. Doesn't particularly lift or anything, like literally the wire just sits down around the bottom and then, it kind of sits in the cup. So I guess the cup kind of pulls you, like, the bra kind of squishes it a bit and then the strap pulls up, I guess, so it kind of pulls them in a little bit together. The middle doesn't sit flat against your chest. But yeah, I think it's kind of funny. So I don't know how to be. I've still got another 2 weeks before I go get sized or anything like that. Those ones are a 14D. I don't know. I don't know how much bigger going to a 14 double D would be. I'm on the tightest thing, so I don't really think that I'm a 14. I was only a 12 before, so I don't know. But I bought a 12D and a 14D because I didn't have any 12 double Ds, and the 12D doesn't fit. So, yeah, I don't really know. You know, maybe they're a 12E, 12 double D, 12E, 14D. I don't know. We'll wait and see when we give them another 2 weeks or so. So, my left has just fallen so nicely. It's so round. I don't really want it to drop anymore. You know, it kind of comes out, and it just looks really nice. Naked, I guess, so how it is without any bra pulling or pushing it or anything. Because the muscle's still kind of holding here, which is causing it to bulge a bit higher. It's kind of got this yucky slant on the right one. But hopefully in the next 2 weeks that'll just loosen up. So what else has been happening? I do dance, so I do jazz and I do ballet. I went back 3 weeks post-op. I haven't been able to do any of our floor routine stuff for jazz, that obviously supporting your own weight, but and not really, I guess in the first week, last week, not really doing anything too high impact, and then this week doing a bit more. He said after 2 weeks you could resume running and stuff like that. I guess I just haven't really felt too comfortable in that yet. But I'll probably, you know, try to get into that in the next week or so. 6 weeks I can start back into light weights. Posture, I find myself kind of hunching forward a lot. It's easier to get your shoulders back now and hold them back, where before you could feel like this pull across your chest as you pull your shoulders back. So it's just a matter of, like, I guess, being very aware of getting your shoulders back. So yeah, that's exercise. Bras, yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm very happy with them. Everybody that's seen them says they look really good. You know, I didn't want side boob. I don't have much side boob. You know, I wanted the projection. I wanted them to be proportionate to my body size. So they're yeah, no, I'm really happy with them. They're not massive looking. I did try like my swimmers on to, you know, I really wanted that really round look. So I think they're a bit more natural than what I was kind of hoping for. But it's probably a good thing. Look, you know, they probably might have looked ridiculous if I actually had got them to look like that. So, you know, they're fake enough, I guess, but real enough too, which is what my other half wanted. I did try swimmers on, it's probably a week and a half ago. So they didn't really, you couldn't manipulate them very much at that point. So I was a bit disappointed because I just really wanted to be able to do that really round, you know, push them together and make them look really fake in a bikini. And it wasn't happening for me, so that was a bit upsetting. But since then they've become a lot softer. So I think I'm going to wait till 6 weeks before I do it again. I just don't want to disappoint myself if they're not doing what I want them to. So hopefully at that point then I'll be able to manipulate them a lot better. But yeah, that's about it. So 1 month old today. I'll probably do another update at 6 weeks. So, because I imagine not a lot's going to change in the next 2 weeks. They probably will, but like nothing that I'll, you know, obviously if something sparks me, then I'll pop something up. But otherwise, yeah, I will do something at 6 weeks, probably when I show you my new bra haul. So yeah, if you have any questions, just pop them down below, or send them through to me, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. So ta-ta for now. See ya.